Hello friends. Yes, I'm back today with your favorite storytelling channel. I took a small hiatus to some health issues and now I'm back with renewed vigor and a whole lot of stories to share with y'all. Today's story is about an icon in southern India, Mahaperivar of Kanchimat. Mahaperivar had one rule which he was a stickler for, the rule of not wasting even one morsel of food. His disciples knew how upset Mahaperivar would get if food was wasted. And one fine morning, Mahaperivar woke up and went to the nearby river for his ablutions and took a bath and completed his prayers and came back to the ashram. The minute he came back to the ashram, he called his head chef and said, "Make sure you prepare a feast today. And in terms of quantity, prepare at least thrice of what you normally do." The chef was shocked. He wanted to know if there was some unexpected guest coming in today, or there was some kind of a festival because of which I have to prepare more food. Mahaperivar, with a divine smile, said, "Just do what I ask you." Of course, the chef could not ask any questions beyond that. So the chef went and prepared for a feast in excess quantity. Then the people who would serve the guests were called and they were instructed to serve thrice of what a normal person was capable of eating. To give you an idea, if let's say you eat 3 idlis or maybe 3 dosas for breakfast, Mahaperivar has just asked you to be served 9 idlis or 9 dosas. Now the disciples were also shocked, but they decided to follow Mahaperivar's instructions to the T. So there they were serving extra helpings to the guests and the guests were shocked. How am I going to be able to eat this? And Mahaperivar doesn't like if the food is wasted. What do I do? So with great difficulty, someone who could eat 3 idlis stretched to eat about 5 or max 6 idlis. But once that plate was clear, another 3 idlis came and these guys had no idea what to do. Ultimately, food was wasted. Heaps and heaps and heaps of food was thrown on the streets. Disciples were quite shocked. This is not Mahaperivar. What happened to him? And one curious cat could not keep his mouth shut. He was too curious, so he went to Mahaperivar and asked, Why do we have to waste so much of food? When you have ingrained in us not even waste one morsel, today we have thrown heaps and heaps of food. Why? Mahaperivar said, "Go outside the gates where all this food has been thrown. See what is there and come back and report to me." And this man went where the food was thrown out. He saw not heaps and heaps of food, but a group of nomads sitting there. The people we call Kuravargal, you see them in all these railway stations with that bow and arrow kind of a string that they sell, or they sell these bead chains. Yes, these Kuravargal were sitting around that heaps of food and they were gorging on that food. Sweets and lovely vegetables and fruits and salads and lovely, amazing ghee enriched in rice. And these people were relishing it. The disciple was shocked. Is this why Mahaperivar wanted us to waste so much of food? So he goes back to Mahaperivar and says, "Guruji, I can now understand why you wanted us to throw those foods. I can see so many people eating them. But why do we have to throw them out? Why couldn't we have just asked them to come inside the ashram and fed them over here? You do not believe in any of these caste distinction. We could have done that." For which Mahaperivar said, "I don't believe in caste distinctions. So do you. We definitely would have called them inside and honored them as our guests. But they would have felt extremely uncomfortable. And because of that, they would not have eaten to their full. They probably would have eaten very little and hesitated and wanted to leave this place as soon as possible. That is why I had instructed to have that food thrown outside. I knew that they would come and pick that food and eat. While it would have been great service to have called them inside and served them, that service would have remained only in our brains. But today, by having that food given to them in a way that is comfortable for them, we have made sure that their tummies and their hearts are full. That is why I requested you all to throw the excess food outside so that these people can eat. And that, my dear friends, is a true understanding of the people around you. Sometimes we want to give people some importance, and by trying to give them importance, we make them feel uncomfortable. A classic example is clicking a selfie when we are trying to help our neighbor who probably does not have the income because of COVID. Let's always put ourselves in the shoes of the person who's receiving that help and think from that perspective. A wonderful lesson from Mahaperiyava. Thank you so much, and I will see you again on Tuesday.